We are.
We are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I want a drink.
And I want this free.
And I want this awesome ATV.
I can't get enough
of winning free stuff.
Casey's just gave me these. Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The Summer of Freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The Summer of Freedom sweepstakes.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community. Like
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good morning and welcome to Iowa Central Field at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa, the home of the Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. My name is Eric Zamora, and in just a moment we will have the matchup in Class 3A between the 6-seed Sioux Center Warriors and the 3-seed Williamsburg Raiders. Right here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And it's day 2 of the state tournament. So far, so good. We did have kind of a late game last night right here on this field, as that field kind of got a little behind schedule, but no worse for the wear, and we are ready and set. Again, my name is Eric Zamora. Andy Pollock to my left will be doing color commentary for this early game matchup. And Andy, we've seen some good games, even in some of the 1-8, 2-7 matchups, but with a 3-6, particularly because this point of the season, sometimes it's hard to gauge teams. I don't think that really going into this one, you can call Sioux Center and a little bit of an underdog simply because they're going to be, batting first. And so, in other words, Williamsburg at the end of the game will know what they need to get. But really, this is going to be a coin flip.
And I would say right now, as you look at these two teams, the pitching, and obviously when you get to this level with everybody, the pitching's very strong. But when you look at the two pitchers going at each other tonight, Tatum Schmalbeck for the Warriors and then Peyton Driscoll for the Raiders, a couple really low earned run averages right around that 2 or lower time frame or that stage there. So I just wouldn't expect to see a whole lot of run here today. And like you mentioned, not a whole lot of upsets. Not what would be considered upsets at this stage of the game right now, because everybody who gets here, very good. You look through the Williamsburg Raiders schedule, though, they played a lot of state tournament teams covering a lot of different classes throughout the course of the year. So a very battle-hardened team. Obviously, we're here a year ago, actually 3 years in a row now. Williamsburg is back at the state tournament. Runners-up in 2020 and then reached the semifinals last year. And couple starters, well, a bunch of starters, 6 of them who have been here for all those for the Raiders.
And actually what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at how these two teams got here. But for the Sioux Center squad, they come in with a record of 22-9. They are your Region 1 representative. And they were battle-tested more in the regional semifinal game, a 4-3 victory over MOC Floyd Valley, but then ended up defeating in the region championship game Estherville Lincoln Central by a score of 8-3. And Tatum Schmalbeck, who it's no surprise is going for the Warriors today on the circle, leads the team in almost every pitching statistical category, including appearances. This will be her 28th. She's pitched 140 innings and has 116 strikeouts on the season. Meanwhile, for Williamsburg, they cruised through tournament play, knocking off Clark, Sheridan, and Atlantic by a combined 27-0, including the closest game they had. Atlantic was a 7-0 game. They are second in the class in run differential, plus 183. And I don't expect this to be something, but I'm going to be interested to see as the week goes on for Williamsburg. Sometimes teams who are used to just dominating and haven't gotten, to this point in the postseason, haven't really been tested. Sometimes it's tough for them to respond when they finally get punched back in the mouth.
It was that way in the postseason, but when you look at the 3 games leading up to the postseason, they played Muscatine Valley and Pleasant Valley, 3 state tournament teams at the 5A level. So it's not like they came in and hadn't played any close games throughout the course of the year. They actually defeated all those teams as well. So you look at their schedule throughout the course of the year, Muscatine on several occasions, Mount Vernon, Winterset, so several schools that they've played that make them one of the teams that probably stacked up their schedule the most and prepared them the most for a possible state tournament run here in Fort Dodge.
They came in with a record of 32-10, and as you would expect, the junior Peyton Driscoll will get the circle as she leads the team in appearances, innings pitched, ERA, and strikeouts. We're going to take a quick step away from the action. We'll be back with the starting lineups of these two teams. It's Sioux Center taking on Williamsburg, and you are watching and listening to a girls Iowa softball tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Brent, your organization's support for our youth and education goes well beyond the IGHSAU. So what other support does Farm Bureau provide for Iowa's youth?
Yeah, well, like I said, youth is extremely important. So, we support our youth year-round in so many different things. And, every year the Iowa Farm Bureau gives over $250,000 in scholarships. and over the last 4 years, we've partnered with the girls' programs in offering concussion insurance at no cost to our athletes or families to make sure that these students can continue to compete at a high level. And there's only 7 states that even offer that. So we're extremely proud to be able to do that for our students. The teachers in the classrooms, we've given over $453,000 in materials programs for those teachers so that they can continue to provide education for the students. And then you have programs like 4-H and FFA that we back completely so that we can continue to get agriculture's voices out to the public and the students.
And welcome back. Here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, as we are still in the pregame. In fact, you can see on your screen the Williamsburg Raiders. And in just a matter of moments, our PA announcer will take over, and we will be listening to the non-starters, and then the starters and coaches for each of the squads. They should be starting with the visiting side first, I believe, and we will go ahead and take a listen in as we are just a matter of moments away from hearing our public address announcer.
Good morning
So again, as we take a look at this, the Williamsburg Raiders are the 3 seed. They come in with a record of 32-10, and because they're the higher seed, they will be the home team. They will start out in the field and are donning black jerseys with red numerals outlined in white, black pants, and for the Sioux Center squad, they will be in patriotic look as they have white jerseys with red numerals outlined in blue pants, white socks, and they will go with a start here of Willow Bleeker, Tatum Schmalbeck, and McKenna Walhoff as their starting 3 in the lineup. As we take a look at the Raiders defensively, we mentioned already Peyton Driscoll, and she is going to be a factor in this. An ERA just north of 2.1 to be precise. She's going to be caught by Jenna Thurm. Elle Ridgway will play first base with Riley Metz playing second. Carly Rich is the flex player, and the shortstop McKenna Hughes at third. And then the outfield left to right, Riley Vercondi, Shannon Finn, and Bailey Von Ausen. So Bleeker will start things off for the Warriors. She comes in with a .387 batting average. That is third on the team, trailing only Ella John, as this one is fouled out, and Tatum Schmalbeck. And we'll talk about that as the game gets going, but it is a family affair for the Schmalbecks in Sioux Center.
Well, the first thing you're going to notice today as you watch our center field camera rocking back and forth, it is a windy day up here in northwest Iowa. And blowing out to right field could certainly play some tricks on the outfielders on high fly balls. And if you got a left-handed batter that wants to put it out that direction, look out.
And hopefully that gives the players in the later games a little bit of a respite, as we're expecting a high of 95 here in Fort Dodge. So fortunately for both of these teams, they're dealing with the morning game and won't have to deal with nearly those temperatures. We're looking at a count of 1-2. Driscoll kicks and comes upstairs with one. She gets Bleeker to chase, and the first out of the game.
Interesting to see Driscoll's first punch-out pitch. He comes with a rise ball after a little bit of a curveball action on the first few. And, yeah, when that is coming in belt high on a 1-2 count, you're going after it for sure. And jump just above the bat and then comes right back with a changeup.
Jeff Osborne is calling balls and strikes, and it's always interesting to see as teams from all over the state get used to that home plate umpire. There's a swinging strike, and Driscoll is ahead early in the count. But a good pitcher wants to start out throwing strikes and then see if she can't both expand the umpire's strike zone but also get some players to chase. And that is a called strike 3.
What a combination of pitches there by Driscoll. She goes with a changeup after a rise ball, brings it low and in, drops off the table, comes back with a rise ball, and then just a fastball right down Broadway. And when you've got so much movement on your first 2 pitches, you don't even trust that fastball when it's coming right down the middle.
Yeah, it's one of those where, like in so many sports, what you're looking to do is catch the opposition off guard. And that was one that, looking back at it, you say, how did she not swing at that? But it's because that just wasn't what she was anticipating.
I would love to see a gun on Peyton Driscoll right now to see just how fast she's throwing, because when that fastball is coming in, there is some pop behind it.
A 1-0 pitch on the outside portion of the plate, and Walhoff gives it a good rip, but the right fielder can't catch up with it.
Well, these are good hitters leading off right now for Sioux Center, and Walhoff, 340 batter. But you see just the movement. There is nothing coming as it seems right there as Peyton Driscoll just humming in the circle so far.
And with the adrenaline running right now, that's a good take by Walhoff. That pitch looked closer to the strike zone than it really was. And again, a good eye as missing low and inside. So now Walhoff in a hitter's count, 3-1. But something tells me that Sioux Center isn't going to take the bat off her shoulder. They're going to tell her swing away if you see her pitch, and she thought that she had it there, but nice job by Driscoll responding.
Again, some of that natural rise coming on the ball. Looks really good coming on 3-1, and I don't think it even ends up in the zone.
And that is enough to keep herself alive. Walhoff taps it softly, foul down the third base side.
You're just never seeing the same location or the same speed 2 pitches in a row right now from Peyton Driscoll.
And a great look there from our camera operator, Jose Guzman. Also Randy Nielsen, our director. We're thrilled to be bringing this game to you. Full count, 2 out to start. And we've got ourselves a base on balls, and Walhoff will be the first base runner of the contest.
Driscoll only walks about 1 batter per game. Use that up right here in the first inning, so look out right now if you're Sioux Center.
Ella John, the senior third baseman, going to see if she can't make them pay for that free base given. Strike called.
Ella John, another one of these really good hitters in the early part of the lineup for Sioux Center, coming in batting a shade over 400. Couple home runs on the, I was 1 off there. No home runs on the year, but several stolen bases.
A swing and a miss, strike 2, and quickly down in the count, 0-2. John heads down the line to talk with Carrie Schmalbeck, and she's back in the box. And chases one outside. So it ends up being 3 strikeouts for Driscoll, and she flexes her muscle and shows that she is here to play. We'll be back with the bottom half of the first. No score between Sioux Center and Williamsburg tournament, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
and we are
Obsessively
relentlessly.
at your service.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. And hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. For the Raiders, we will see Vercondi, Finn, and Ridgeway kick things off. Tatum Schmalbeck, she delivers and catches the outside corner with a strike. She is being caught by Taya Gasink. Jory Harskamp plays first with Macy Schmalbeck at second, Willow Bleeker at short, Ella John at third. We'll give you the outfield in a moment. Schmalbeck gets some movement on that one, and Vercondi is unable to catch up with one that was off the plate.
Love that movement on the lower outside part of the plate after coming right down the middle on the first pitch.
Schmalbeck seeing if she can't respond with a strikeout of her own. This is drilled to center field, and Annika John will turn, throws it in, and it will be a leadoff double for Vercondi. Just a great piece of base hitting there, as she didn't get flustered by the fact that she was down in the count.
Well, and she stepped up very close to the plate, expecting something outside, and that's where Zink had set things. And as she missed it, as Schmalbeck missed it just a little bit inside, that was a hard shot to center field.
Shannon Finn here, a left-handed batter, takes a swing and gets one to drop in. They will hold Vercondi at third. And just to go back a moment ago, Vercondi's double and all extra base hits are sponsored by Kruger Seeds. Extra base hits brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. That's KRUGER seed.com. So early on in the contest, Sioux Center finds themselves in a tough spot. Runners on the corner, nobody out, and Elle Ridgeway is at the plate.
And she's one of the leading home run hitters in Class 3A.
And she's patient as she will let that one go.
With 9 on the year, home runs for Ridgeway. You know, that wind blowing out, like we said, stiff breeze. They're expecting gusts of up to 30 miles an hour today. If she can get one up towards right field here, look out.
Ridgeway waits and lays off of that one as well. 9 home runs, 5 doubles, and 52 runs batted in. That leads her team in RBI. Believe it or not, though, Vercondi actually has more dingers with 11. And she saw her pitch was a little bit inside, but she felt that was in her wheelhouse, gave it a good swing. And even though she wasn't able to put it in play, you got to feel comfortable with Ridgeway taking a cut like that.
And I also like the pitch choice, too, as they've gone outside trying to keep it away from her. Her back foot is in front of the line right now. She's going all the way into the home plate area of the batter's box.
And looks to lay down a bunt to the third base side, but credit Schmalbeck. She fell behind in the count 2-0, but now has evened it up and has got herself in a much better position. 2-2 count. She can do a lot more here. She'll rock. The catcher sets up outside, and a good smother there by Gasink to make sure that didn't get past her.
Well, you're not going to be able to pitch her outside right now as much as she's crowding the plate. You're going to have to throw something in on the hands and hope you don't hit her. Her toe is across that line right now. It's perfectly legal. She's still got part on the line, but, man, she is crowding that plate.
The delivery, and it is roped, but just foul. And a nice job by both the runner and the official to get out of the way from getting smoked by that one.
That ball was coming in hot down the third base line. Hopped just over third base and just foul there.
That's Dirk Sorensen at third. Hermsen is our first base umpire, although he's over closer to second right now with the runners at second and third. Chopped, and again, foul. And credit Ridgeway for extending this at bat. Obviously, for Williamsburg, they'd love to see if she can't knock in a couple of runs. But she's testing Schmalbeck early in the contest.
And they continue to try to pitch her outside. It looks like maybe they are going to go back inside here. Yep, they're going to try to go in our hands on the full count pitch.
And that is hit, and that will be knocked down by the shortstop, but she has no play. So we'll see how they rule that. What we know is Ridgeway is at first, and she has the first RBI of the contest. Williamsburg on top, 1-0.
Well, and it's a great effort over there by Bailey Von Ossen at shortstop. I believe that's her. Over at short?
Bleeker.
Bleeker over at shortstop. Great effort. Keeps it in the infield, and that's what kept another run from scoring. That was ruled a hit.
Yes, it was. And we have our first IMT insurance substitution as courtesy running for Williamsburg will be Kaylin Spratt. And a reminder that all substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. If you're Sioux Center, you don't love the fact that you're down, but you got to make sure that that number stays as low as possible. And right now, runners in the corners, nobody out. This arguably is going to be one of the biggest at-bats early in this game. And with Ridgeway running for Ridgeway is Spratt. Her taking off uncontested a second. Realistically, if you're Sioux Center at this point, even 2 isn't the end of the world. You just want to make sure they don't put up a real big number here in the first.
Yeah, you're thinking outs right now. You notice sometimes teams will bring their infield in. Sioux Center not playing that way. They want to get that out right now, knock that first one down of the inning.
Especially because you probably trust your fielders to say, hey, if one's hit to you, look over, see if you can't keep them at third and second. But at the end of the day, an out is the most important thing here.
I like that location there. Once again, these Williamsburg hitters crowding the plate. Jenna Thurm all the way up with the toes on the disappearing white line. It's not going to be there too much longer.
And Thurm takes a look at that. It's a 2-1 count. And looks to lay down a bunt and fouls it back into the home plate umpire. So that'll bring up the second strike, and now it is 2-2. for Thurm. Chatting down the line. And Schmalbeck delivers. That's hit to the second baseman. And it will knock in a run, but all things considered, right now I think Sioux Center is okay with that.
Yeah, you're definitely taking the out in that situation. Good range out there by Schmalbeck, heading all the way over towards second base, making the throw. Ball looked initially like it popped off the bat of Thurm a little bit harder than what I was expecting, but Schmalbeck does a nice job corralling it in and throwing her out.
And that also not only knocks in the run, but allows Spratt to get to third. So now they have a situation where a long fly ball could make it a 3-run game. This is hit, and the shortstop has no play there, but that's a good decision. At that point, when that's hit to you, don't even look home. You're not going to get her. Just take the sure thing.
And you're in a much better situation right now. Even though you've given up 3 runs here in the first inning, in a much better situation now with 2 outs and nobody on.
And quite honestly, when you have 1 in and runners on the corner, which quickly became 2 in scoring position, you kind of realize there's a good chance they're going to get those 3. Let's keep it at that, and let's build some momentum into the seconds.
At that point, the best you can hope for is a couple quick pop-outs that no one can advance. But great situational hitting here from Williamsburg, as well as a couple grounders away from third base. Knocks a couple runs in.
So Jersey Metz had that RBI ground out. Her sister Riley, the second baseman, chops it to the pitcher, and Schmalbeck fires over to Harskamp. And that will retire the side, but not before some damage is done, as the Williamsburg Raiders pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, leave nobody on base, and they lead 3-0 after 1 is complete. We'll be back with the second inning. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Welcome back here with you live in the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. It's the start of the second, and Gasink wastes no time trying to bunt down the first base side, but can't keep it in play. It'll be Gasink, Harskamp, and Skydeben who are due up this inning.
You see the defense right now of Williamsburg. It's kind of taken hold the last couple of years. They're using their second baseman. They're using Riley Metz in there at bunt coverage down the first baseline. That's where Gasink is trying to put it. That time, just a really defensive swing. Ball is coming at her face. Just reactionary, just to try to take a hack at it and keep it from hitting you.
Already halfway out of the box, and Gasink with an excuse me swing fouls it back into the netting, and once again, Driscoll's ahead in the count. Nice job there by Gasink to let that one go, and brings the count to 1-2. And if you're Sioux Center, you know you got plenty of time in this one, but even if you can't score runs at this point, you'd love to have an inning where you get some base runners, and that is a throw that actually pulls Ridgway off the bag, but she's able to then quickly get down and step back on it, and now that will bring up Jory Harskamp.
It feels like it's such a routine play, but in softball with 60 feet between home and first, and a runner with the speed of Gasink, it happens really quick. You feel like you're just picking up and throwing it, but a rush throw from Driscoll almost pulled Ridgway completely off the bag.
Hit well, but foul down the third base side. And, I mean, how many professional Major League Baseball players can we think of? Pitchers or second basemen? And then you think, that's the easiest play in the world, and because it seems so easy, every once in a while somebody gets the yips. Nice job by the pitcher and the first baseman to react to that one. And an inside pitch that misses, and the Williamsburg faithful didn't like it, but I agree with the call. 1-1 the count.
Really like the idea coming back with that changeup.
Harskamp with a healthy swing there, but can't catch up with it. And she finds herself down in the count, 1-2.
Look for that rise ball once again here from Driscoll.
She fouls that one away to keep herself alive. And there's just something about Harskamp in the box where seeing her walk up there, she just screams first baseman. She's tall, she's athletic, and it's one of those players where you'd be shocked if you found out she played anywhere else.
Just walks up with a bunch of confidence as well, but man, that Driscoll taking care of everything on her own today so far.
That is true. 5 outs registered, and she's been involved in all 5 of them. Not obviously just releasing the ball, but 4 strikeouts and a 1-3 putout. This is popped up into foul territory. And a long strike for Scheidemann. If she's able to stay alive and keep the inning going, it'll be Belle Harris coming up next.
No, they take a lot of pride in all their players being multi-sport athletes for Sioux Center, and Scheidemann looks like she fits that bill for sure. Just a freshman walking up there, and she's got to be pushing 5'10", 5'11". They've got a very, very strong girls sports program out there for the Warriors.
1-1 the count, setting up outside. The pitch actually misses low in the inside. And to finish that point, Andy, that's really good to hear. Too often these days you hear about people specializing in one sport early on, and I think there's a number of issues with it, not the least of which being then maybe by the time they finish a high school or college career, they're so done with a sport because all they've done is softball or basketball or volleyball, but not getting that versatility.
Just a joy to be able to play a lot of sports. I know something I was able to do at a small school as well, and you do it, right? And you move from season to season. Things have changed a little bit right now, and there's club sports going on. Well, you can play all year long if you want, and at the good places, the coaches, the high school coaches, figure out a way to make it work and keep their best athletes out for multiple sports.
The 2-2 pitch is fouled back. We'll do it again. It's low, and quite honestly, there's just different things that you pick up from each sport. And so I think more often than not, your best softball players are not going to be only softball, but also play volleyball or track and field or soccer or swimming. And that is upstairs. And so, again, the runner for Sioux Center put on with the base on balls, and it will bring up Harris. Now, on your program, number 11, Ashley Harris, but I've been told by the coaching staff she actually goes by Bell, and this will be one in the dirt, and that is a good job there by the catcher, Thurm, to make sure that the runner, Scheidemann, had to stay at first. Again, that one was a little bit closer, but missing in a similar spot. And right now, Driscoll trying to see if she can't get Harris to chase something. So far, Harris won't abide.
Oh, I love that pitch. It looks like it's coming in upstairs and then falls right down through the strike zone. Looks like it's going to be that high fastball and just drops right through.
It looked like it was going to be throat level, and then the bottom just falls out of it. And how many times have we seen, seems like every time Peyton Driscoll has fallen behind in the count, she quickly throws a couple of strikes and gets herself back in business.
And she's got a lot of different pitches she's comfortable with that she can throw those strikes with, not just throwing meatballs down the middle.
Caught on the inside corner and through 2 innings. Peyton Driscoll has 5 strikeouts. No runs on no hits, 1 left on base for the inning, and we'll be back with the bottom of the second. Williamsburg on top 3-0. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We
are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
and we are
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
with lower prices and higher quality. Everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
Welcome back here with you live in the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Bottom of the second, and the first pitch misses low. This is Bailey Von Ausen, as the bottom of the order is due up for the Raiders. Peyton Driscoll and McKenna Hughes due up next in this half inning. Schmalbeck comes home with it, and didn't miss by much, but a hitter's count now for Von Ausen.
Yeah, she keeps trying to nibble on that outside part of the plate. But these Williamsburg hitters keep crowding and crowding and crowding.
Von Ausen takes a look at strike one.
That's going to be the spot. Continue to work on that inside third of the plate. Try to get some off the handles.
Von Ausen is a sophomore, batting .327 on the campaign. The right fielder chops one to third. John fires across the diamond into Harskamp's mitt, and one down here in the second.
Well, and as she works that inside part again, you're going to get a lot of action over there at John. And she put that pretty weakly hit ball right off the inside part of the bat. Exactly what you're looking for against these batters that crowd the box.
And that is Ella John, although Annika also on the squad. They're twin sisters. Right back to John, and rinse, lather, repeat. She fires across the diamond, and quickly 2 down.
Found a formula that works. Again, working the inside part of the plate. You see the words of wisdom exchange there between Driscoll and McKenna Hughes as Hughes steps up to the plate. I love seeing that with the batter coming from before, letting her know what she saw. Now you see Hughes has backed off the plate a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Ella John, the third baseman who's gotten the first 2 outs. It's the other third baseman, Hughes, now at the dish. And with a healthy cut, she finds herself down in the count 0-1.
McKenna Hughes, the number 9 batter in this lineup, bats .262, just a freshman. See a lot of youth here at the state softball tournament.
Chops it to who else but John. And why not? All 3 outs registered, 5-3. And so no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base as they go 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back with the top of the third, 3-0, Williamsburg on top. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American.
Play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I want a drink.
And I want this free. And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough
Of winning free stuff. Casey's just gave me these. 'Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Start of the third, and you see the shot there of the Sioux Center Warriors dugout. They need to start mustering some offense here. They've got a couple of base runners via a walk, but right now Driscoll still has done a fantastic job as through the first. Oh, this is a call where the ball was hit by Annika John when she was outside of the batter's box, so that's going to be an out.
Yeah, and the high school rule is you are out. The college rule changing to just reflect a strike on that call, but that's tough. Those left-handed batters, they're trying to get that running start to first base, and John, he was right on top of it.
Was just about to say that nobody has put a ball in play other than Gasink, and all she was able to do was chop it back to Driscoll. So right now, Driscoll dealing so well that through the first time through the lineup, Warriors haven't even been able to hit it to the deep part of the infield. A low pitch on Bleeker, and she'll lay off of it.
Really like that location on 0-2. A lot of times you're thinking outside pitch, but she decides to go one right just below the knees. You still have to think about it. Unhittable, though.
Especially with 2 strikes in the count. And there's strike 3 called on the outside corner.
Outside zone extended just a little bit there as Jenna Thurm set up a long ways outside. Then the pitch comes back in just a little bit. Enough to ring her up and get the 6th strikeout there for Peyton Driscoll. First one look.
Schmalbeck watches as that one goes low and is covered by Thurm.
You notice we've switched our view here right now. You're going to be watching from behind home plate. It's just too windy out there right now. Shaking our center field camera that's 200 yards or 200 feet, away from home plate.
And there's one right down the pipeline. And I'll be honest, it's probably a better look for the audience. That way you and I aren't on camera in the background.
We'll stay off it, correct.
So 1-1 the count. Schmalbeck waits, and that was inside as she backed off a pitch that had a possibility of hitting her if she wasn't able to quickly escape.
And we haven't seen Driscoll use that inside part quite as much as she likes to use the different planes. Oh boy.
This one is hit deep to left center field, and it's gone. That is what the Sioux Center squad can do. Through 10 batters, they hadn't been able to hit a ball past the pitcher, but it only takes one, and the Warriors with Tatum Schmalbeck, she helps her case as she's the pitcher of record, and she hits her 3rd home run of the season and gives the Warriors their first run.
And just no doubt about it right off the bat. I didn't mean to interrupt the call, but right as I had hard, and boy, Schmalbeck, it was one of those just pure sounding. I know as a hitter, you don't even feel that one. Just cut right through the ball and all the way to straightaway center. No doubter there for Tatum Schmalbeck.
With our crowd mics picking up Nat sound, that was easily the best sounding swing we've heard out of the Warriors, as most of the foul balls really there haven't been much pop on them. By the way, that is.
Well, and credit here to Peyton Driscoll, because after giving up the bomb, she comes right back with a couple off-speed pitches, which takes a lot of confidence to be able to throw your off-speed after that. And quickly ahead in the count now to McKenna Walhoff.
Walhoff lays off an outside pitch. Driscoll, a junior, and really it's the only mistake she's made all day, but Sioux Center playing opportunistic. They've made it a 2-run game. Upstairs, and you could tell that for a moment Walhoff thought about it, but ends up backing off and evening the count at 2 apiece.
I don't know if there's a tell that they're able to recognize that rise ball, because early on they were going after it, and recently they've been able to watch it go by.
Unable to catch up with that one, and Walhoff is down on strikes. So the strikeout party continues for Driscoll, but her adversary on the circle, Tatum Schmalbeck, goes yard and makes it a 3-1 game. We'll be back with the bottom of the third. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
and we are.
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face. SWIC feels like a community, like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. First pitch swinging, and that is chopped to Ella John, who once again is able to pick up the out there.
That's her fourth play in a row. Ella John at third base. That one coming in the hottest, though, there from Vercondi. And Ella John makes it look easy over there.
Shannon Finn, who singled and scored in the first, and lays off an outside pitch. And as Williamsburg is at bat, I wanted to point out that Peyton Driscoll, through 3 innings pitched, has 7 strikeouts. Finn again lays off it. This one is a strike. And she almost got a little bit of an unfair shake, as she had an opportunity at 8, but Annika John didn't afford her the opportunity, as she was called out for hitting a ball while being outside of the batter's box.
I like what Tatum Schmalbeck has done right now to the hitter Shannon Finn, the slapper, stepping all the way to the back of the box, choked up quite a bit, hands apart, looking for that slap. As you see, she chokes up even more right now, but throwing a lot of off-speed pitches to her so far.
Finn gives it a rip, and that sounded from here like that was foul, tipped back into the glove. Either way, it's the same results, but once again we see Schmalbeck coming up with a good pitch and location on that one.
Shannon Finn, a really good hitter, batting .450. You're probably not going to strike her out, but if you can, just trying to get one of those quick ground balls over there to John or to Bleeker on the left side.
Yeah, John hasn't gotten enough activity down at third. They should see if they can't get some more to her. Finn hits it right to John. John knocks it down, keeps it in front of her, and still registers the out. That's 5 in a row.
Not sure I've seen anything like this before from a third baseman. I've seen it from a pitcher, I've seen it from a second baseman, but to see it from a third baseman 5 in a row. Again, you see there on the replay, knocks it down, throws it. Yep, good call over there at first base. Got her out very close, bang, bang play. But, man, what a game here for the senior Ella John.
Ella John making a case for herself to be the Casey's player of the game. We'll bring that to you at the end of the game. And a healthy swing by Ridgway, but probably not her pitch. A little bit low there as that one was falling out.
Might need to get some ice on the shoulder of Ella John after this game.
Schmalbeck, well, especially throwing across the diamond from third, and she's thrown out some speedy runners in the process. It's not nearly as impressive if it's just me grounding out to her 5 times in a row.
Yeah, especially you look there, you saw Shannon Finn, especially from the left side, gets down that 60 feet in a hurry.
Ahead in the count, 0-2. She's got a pitch to waste, and she does. Ridgway doesn't bite.
You know, it's gone with a couple off speeds to Ridgway so far. First time with a fastball, goes way outside. Just trying to get a nibble from Ridgway. Can't get it. That's all right. Like you said, you've got a pitch to throw away there. Don't want to give her anything good to hit with 9 home runs on the year.
1-2 the count. That one will hop back right in front of us here, but don't worry. Not only us, but more importantly, the equipment, all still good. And it brings the count to 2-2.
People pay good money for these seats.
Schmalbeck rocks, delivers. Setting up outside was the catcher Gasink, but that one a little bit lower than she was anticipating it.
Well, and Ridgeway was the final of the 3 hits that they had the first time through the order. Her run eventually scored, but not any hits since that point. 3 hits in the first and none since then, including going back through that top 3 of the order.
Ridgeway lays off of it. She will draw a walk and trot down to first.
And maybe not the worst walk in the world.
No.
Especially when you look at what she's done to the rest of the order. In fact, like I mentioned, after giving up 3 hits, she's now gone through 10 batters without a hit.
This is the 3-6 matchup. The winner of this will move on to take on the winner of the 2-7, which is Davenport Assumption and Ballard. That'll be tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Low and off the mark. And so far on the other side of the bracket, the favorites have held as Mount Vernon knocked off Dubuque Wahlert 3-1. I had the call of that alongside Blake Walker. And Danielson had the call of the late game. Sadell defeated Davis County 3-1. Knocked down by the pitcher. She'll fire over to first. And so that walk ends up not coming back to haunt Sioux Center as they're able to strand the pinch runner. So no runs on no hits and 1 left on base for that half inning. We'll be back with the 4th. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Start of the 4th inning is headed our way. Eric Zamora with Andy Pollock on color, Randy Nielsen, our director, and Jose Guzman, our camera operator, perched above the third base dugout. And one of the most active players for the Warriors so far, Ella John, the third baseman, will step into the box for the second time. First time out, she was put out, swing.
Yeah, coming in right away, the changeup on the inside corner from Driscoll. So many different pitches in her arsenal that we've seen today.
Variety is the spice of life, and for Peyton Driscoll, she likes having a lot of tools in her shed. She's able to really find her situational pitching has been fantastic. I mean, sometimes the value of a pitcher is just, how good are they? How good is their stuff? But she always seems to be throwing the right pitch at the right time and for the right reason.
And I'm not sure I haven't been able to check and see if she's getting the calls from the dugout or if Jenna Thurm's calling those pitches or how it's communicated, but really love the variety. He said you're never seeing the same thing twice. And now maybe there is a little cross-up in the signals because Jenna Thurm wants to go chat with Peyton Driscoll. Got a ball low and in when I think she was expecting something like that.
No. So the count is 3-1. And behind John, Gasink and Harskamp due up in the inning.
Interesting look from Williamsburg. I haven't seen a whole lot of teams around the state wearing baseball pants out there, but Williamsburg maybe a little more comfortable in those baseball pants.
And there's a called strike on the outside corner.
Comes right back with a fastball. One hit so far, and it was a big one that Peyton Driscoll's given up.
And a called strike 3.
Ella John, I'm not sure if her frustration was with the caller or with herself, because the pitch looked like it was coming in and then broke right over the plate, the inside corner. Another great pitch there by Peyton Driscoll. Number 8.
8 out of the 10 outs that she's registered have come with the K. There's a slapper and gloved by the shortstop, Carly Rich, the freshman flex player. Elevates herself and makes that play look easier than it was.
There's not a whole lot to Carly Rich out there at shortstop. She had to get up in the air, like you said, elevate, full extension. Watch this on the replay. There she got it, because that was going to be an easy single for Gazink if she was able to drop that in that gap.
And now it brings up Harskamp. They say the key to the game is just hit it where they ain't, and I thought that's what she did. But nice job by Rich. As looked like she used a step stool there to come down with that one. Right back to Rich. This time she picks it up off the ground and fires into the glove of Ridgway. So how about this? It's the first time that Driscoll's had 2 outs in an inning that weren't strikeouts. But we go to the bottom of the 4th, and the Raiders on top by a score of 3-1. They'll see if they can't extend that. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy,
Behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
Relentlessly.
At your service.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. The only thing you've missed is the opening pitch of the bottom of the 4th, and it was low and well outside. Ball 1 to Jersey Mets. The first time through, knocked in a run, grounding out to the shortstop, Willow Bleeker. And we mentioned already that the winner of this will move on to take on either Davenport Assumption or Ballard tomorrow. Healthy cut, unable to catch up with it. We'll see if maybe our director, Randy Nielsen, can't do some investigating and see if we've got a score update in that game. That game did get underway half an hour before this one. Assumption, the 2 seed, Ballard, the 7 seed, slapped to the second baseman, and flipping it over to first is Macy Schmalbeck, the flex player. Harskamp was able to squeeze that for out number 1.
The ball just came off the bat of Jersey Mets, and I have to specify that it was Jersey Mets, but it came off the end of her bat really weird. Looked like it was going to go foul and immediately hit the dirt and rifled back over towards second base. Just some weird English on it.
This will bring up Riley Metz, her sister. Sounds like the Davenport Assumption squad with a healthy lead. We've got that as 9-2. They lead over Ballard. Ballard, a rarity with a state tournament team that comes in with a sub-500 record. This is smoked up the middle and to the left of Bleeker. She won't be able to get there in time. And Riley Metz with a single. And The Williamsburg squad started the game out with 3 straight hits. They haven't had one since. They've had a couple of RBI groundouts. They also had a single walk from L. Ridgway. Other than that, they've been sent down in order since that great start for the Raiders. And so the pitcher, Tatum Schmalbeck, has been absolutely dealing, and that's got to be huge for the Raiders.
Well, and they were taking advantage of the way that the Raiders were aligning themselves on the plate, trying to get up there and take away the outside corner, started jamming them a little bit more. Really got Ella John, adjusted back more towards the middle of the box on the hole. And you see them putting the ball in different places now. All about adjustments, the game within the game.
2-0 the count. Runner at first is Riley Metz. Schmalbeck comes home with it outside. And with a 3-0 count is one of my nominations for the 2022 Iowa Girls State Softball All-Name Team. And that is Bailey Von Ozen. Von Ozen, her first time through, grounded out to Ella John. She was the first of 5 consecutive batters to do that for the Warriors. For the Raiders. And there's a called strike and make it a 3-1. At that point, it looked like Von Ozen wasn't swinging at anything. There's a called strike, but a stolen base as Metz will dirty her jersey and get herself in a scoring position.
Really, really good jump there from Riley Metz heading towards second base. Throw, I'm not even sure a good throw would have got just a little bit high, but Metz with such a huge jump, I don't think there's much chance.
And I liked the thought process of stealing later in the at-bat, maybe trying to catch the Warriors napping, as that was the 5th pitch. And that here's 6, and this is muscled back, and it will drop in. Now, Metz wasn't able to get the best jump there because she wanted to make sure she didn't get doubled off.
And
that's probably a good decision.
Yeah, very safe decision there for Metz to watch that drop. If that gets caught, that's the end of the inning because she's doubled off pretty easily. So had to be pretty safe. Just one of those blue hits that you can't replicate as a defense, and dropped it just past second base.
An inside-out swing, Von Ozen gives the Raiders back-to-back hits, and they have 5 hits in the game. All of them have been non-one-offs. You had 3 to start the game, and then the most recent 2 batters, and they will allow Von Ozen to trot into second. This is another one of those situations for Williamsburg. They've got 2 runners in scoring position, only 1 out. If you're Sioux center, you hate to do this, but you almost have to concede at this point. There's a real good chance they're going to make this a 4-1 game. Slapped, and that gets past John, the shortstop. Does not have the play in time, and it will be an RBI infield single for Peyton Driscoll.
Just put it right in what I call that 5.5 gap right over there, right between third and short. Great range once again shown by Bleeker to backhand it, but yeah, by the time Peyton Driscoll got running to first, just no chance to throw her out. Great play, but even a good throw wouldn't have had her.
And a heads-up play by Von Ozen. Because she's going from second to third, I think some players might hold, stay conservative and stay at second, or do the worst thing, which is run halfway there, hesitate. And we just took a look at that replay, and Von Ozen was running from second to third like she stole something. She did not even contemplate heading back to second because she could see the way it was awkwardly hit as soon as it got past the third baseman. Even though the shortstop was going to get there, there was nobody at third to tag her.
Correct, just no chance because it brought Ella John so far in initially, the diving attempt for her.
Runners on the corners, and just as we've seen every time that's happened this inning, it's quickly runners at second and third.
Well, and I get it, you're conceding that, but we haven't really seen any plays either. Get 2 runners in scoring position. That's the tough part with 60 feet bases and a heavier ball. Tough to make that play. You get runners in the corners, you might as well just put them on second and third.
McKenna looks to squeeze bunt and ends up knocking it down instead off of her person. So
And that was a
Suppose that could have been worse, yeah.
That was a suicide squeeze. Von Ozen was on her way home.
Yeah.
That was 100% sacrifice suicide squeeze there.
0-2 the count. Hughes. They set up outside. She chops it to the shortstop. She only has one play. That's at first. And so Hughes will pick up an RBI and registers the second out of the inning.
Well, and just really good situational hitting from Williamsburg. You know, they get the ball on the ground. That's the important part. When you get runners on third in scoring position, you get the ball on the ground. That's what they've done. You haven't seen anyone left on. They've moved them forward. They've advanced them. It's great situational hitting.
Yeah, the first inning they had 3 hits, and they brought all of them in. This one is drilled down the third base side, but just foul. And then the only other base runner that they had was when Ridgway walked in the third, and she didn't get any further than that. But all things considered, especially if they can knock this run in, you've got to be thrilled with the Raiders in their conversion rate of getting players on and bringing them in. And of all their base runners, only one, the lead one, Vercondi, had a multi-base hit and put herself immediately in scoring position.
Yep, just station to station, moving people along one by one.
You can call it small ball or manufacturing runs, but it's a successful process.
Is medium ball a thing? It's been more of that.
That's fair.
I don't know if that's a term.
Well, especially with so many situations where the runner from first steals second. That's kind of medium ball, right? There's a called strike and a big out, but not before some damage is done on the inning. The Raiders pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, leave 1. We'll be back with more Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy.
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
Welcome back here with you live in the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. And hey fans, Central College has you covered with career building programs. And with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. So we will have Skydeman, Harris, and Annika John due up, and Skydeman wastes no time. Rips one over to Carly Rich, who fires over to Ridgway, and we quickly have 1 out on 1 pitch. Harris now comes up. She got caught looking back in the second, her only plate appearance so far.
I missed it. I was being accosted by our producer, Peter Tarpey.
That will happen as Carly Rich, the flex player and shortstop, has been tested a couple of times and has come up aces. In fact, she's now got a string of registering the last 3 outs. 1 a fly out, and the last 2 throwing over to Ridgway, the first baseman.
It's a lonely day to be an outfielder. This game right now between Williamsburg and Sioux Center.
It sure has. Really, the only activity that either of the outfield has done was watch Schmalbeck crush one over the left center field fence.
I was thinking the first play of the game, too, with Vercondi, the double, and that's it. Center fielders each have had 1 chance so far through 4 1/3 innings.
Yeah, anything else that's reached them has been rolling on the ground. This one misses down low. 3-1 the count. Harris, the left fielder. Waits as Driscoll rocks. And a big cut there by Bell, unable to catch up with it. Just a little bit underneath that pitch.
Always interesting to see the amount of college coaches that are up here at the state tournament. They've got reserved areas for them. There's tons of them watching. I know Peyton Driscoll's had a lot of interest. I'm sure there's others out there as well, but we've seen Peyton Driscoll pitch here for a few years. And there's a line of coaches. You see a lot of Division I, Division II, NAIA. They're all over the place. Of course, Iowa Central, the local crew here.
A strikeout, the 9th of the game for Driscoll. And she works on Annika John, the center fielder. John watches the first 2 pitches, second one called a strike. Williamsburg, kind of at this point of their program, expects to be here at this point of the season, and legging out a swinging bunt is Annika John, and just what Sioux Center needed, base runners.
Just perfectly placed. You watch this, she takes a big cut at it, bounces it just off the front part of the plate, enough English there. I mean, you can't play it any better than what Thurm played it, but speedy down the base paths, and no one's charging because no one sees bunt.
Yeah.
Very effective swing if you can make it work.
Willow Bleeker watches a pitch, low and inside.
Well, now you're back to the top of the order, the base runner on. Fortunately for Sioux Center, you've got 2 outs right now. That's the tough part.
Yeah.
You can't really manufacture anything. Not sure they would down 4.
No, at this point you're looking to pass the baton and just give the next player in the lineup the opportunity to keep the inning going.
Just run out of outs eventually when you're down by 4 runs. Like to be able to push some across.
Bunted and needs to get there in time, and does. Aggressive base running by Annika John, who had a big token, but she gets back in time. And Sioux Center has something cooking right now.
Well, just as I say, you can't really sacrifice anymore and go station to station. Oof.
And a heads-up play there by Ridgway. She nearly caught John at second. So Bleeker and John each get hits where the ball didn't go too far. Now we're going to have a conversation with the Williamsburg squad.
Well, you got to be careful because you've got Schmalbeck coming back up and just crush that home run to center. And tell you what, a 3-run home run here would make things quite interesting. Talking about how they'll pitch to Schmalbeck.
So Tatum Schmalbeck, keep in mind, last time up she hit a home run, what that would do for this game right now. And if you're Driscoll, obviously you're the ace of your staff. You want to get the out, but you got to be careful here. You don't want to pitch around her, but at the same time you can't afford to give her anything that she could do what she did last time. Big swing there, down the count, 0-2.
Well, she starts off with that outside changeup, which is a tough pitch to hit anyway, especially with a couple strikes to give. You're usually not going to swing at that pitch, but now quickly ahead, 0-2.
Outside, and Driscoll doesn't have a dancing partner in Schmalbeck, who lays off that, 1-2 the count.
It's interesting on a release of those rise balls. Almost looks like she throws it.
Mm-hmm. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Schmalbeck goes down for the second time in the contest, and that is double digits in strikeouts for Peyton Driscoll. It is a 5-1 game, bottom of the fifth coming up. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth?
Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Bottom of the fifth, and we are looking at the two-hitter up for the Raiders. Shannon Finn, Elle Ridgway, and Jenna Thurm due up in this inning, and hits one that is tracked down by Willow Bleeker over the shoulder, but makes it look easy, one down.
Well, we talked earlier that on Schmalbeck's home run, how it seemed like it just was cut. This ball, it sounded like she hit concrete. She went after it, just really not able to get too much behind it.
Elle Ridgway has an RBI single in the first and a walk in the third. 1 for 1 in the contest. Takes a look at a pitch just off the plate.
Yeah, they're going to be very careful to not give Elle anything too good to hit right now.
Schmalbeck comes home with it. And Ridgway watches as that one is gobbled up by Gasink, the catcher, in the dirt.
Both catchers have done a nice job defensively behind the plate. Of course, the pitchers haven't made them work super hard, but just haven't had to take any breaks for catchers to have to go back and pick up errant balls.
Hit right up the middle, and unable to get there in time was Bleeker, and Ridgway ends up with a multi-hit game. She's the first player for either squad with multiple hits.
And she's been on base every time she's been up today.
Have not been able to get her out. Although this time they'll actually leave her in. The last couple of times she was an IMT insurance substitution with a runner in her place, but she will remain at first with Jenna Thurm, the catcher, at the dish.
I love that location of a pitch there from Schmalbeck, a little changeup type drop ball right on the outside corner at the knees. Love leading off a pitch with that.
Strike one in the count, but missing with the second effort. The second offering is Schmalbeck. That'll even things up at one apiece.
Using those pitch combos, same location but a fastball, just trying to keep the hitters off balance.
The Metz sisters are due up next, provided the Raiders can keep the inning alive. One down, but with Ridgway at first, a double play, a possibility. Inside pitch brings it to 2-1. Schmalbeck looks set. Rocks, delivers, comes inside with it, and it's a called strike two.
Yep, just kiss that inside corner. Love the back and forth. Starts off the count, working outside, now comes right back with an inside pitch.
Thurm, the batter, 0 for 2 in the game, though she does have a run knocked in. Way up high, and Ridgway will head on down and is thrown out by the catcher.
Well, and that's a great play there by Gasing, but I will say this, very, very friendly bounce. You saw that ball, it was like an automatic ball return. It bounced right back to her. I think Ridgway thought she was just going to be in there standing up at second, but the ball bounces immediately back to Gasink, able to make the play and throw it down to second. Great presence of mind with that internal clock to know that she can still make the play.
And that was something that we saw in the ADM North Scott game where a ball just bounced off of the back. Well, we'll hold that thought as this one is ripped into right field. And Thurm will indeed keep the inning alive with a single, but it ended up being a huge play in that game. I want to say it was in the 5th inning. ADM had runners at second and third, a passed ball that, again, you talked about a fortuitous bounce off the back, and then the catcher was able to locate it, and the throw was perfect. In other words, the pitcher didn't even need to apply the tag. She just had to catch the ball, as at that point the runner slid into her tag, and that ended up being, in a 2-1 game, you can say the play of the game.
And things are just a little bit different here. You're not bouncing off a chain link fence. You're not bouncing off a net. You're bouncing off a hard mat. So you do get the true bounces. You get the true rebounds, I should say. They come back straight. They don't hop around all the different spots.
Jersey Mets wastes no time. That's Gertz who was running, but it won't end up mattering as Jersey Mets grounds out to the second baseman for the third out. No runs on 1 hit, 1 left on, and we'll head to the 6th with Williamsburg on top 5-1. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
I want a drink.
And I want this free. And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough
Of winning free stuff. Casey's just gave me these. 'Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face. SWIC feels like a community, like family, like home.
SWIC is a place for you.
1-2. Welcome back here with you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Top of the 6th, and near disaster there for myself and Andy Pollock as a warm-up pitch ended up knocking out our equipment. But being the highly trained engineer that I am, I simply saw if there was anything that looked unplugged and pushed it back in, and crisis averted.
Just highly, like you said, highly trained, great problem-solving abilities, and that's why you're here at the state tournament, only the best of the best.
A 1-0 pitch outside, and unable to catch up with it is the batter, and that is McKenna Walhoff, the right fielder for the Warriors. Taps one foul.
Just different speeds on the changeups, too, from Driscoll that time. Just a little bit quick. It's not the true fastball, but not as slow as they're changing. Just comes in and just enough to keep these Warrior batters off balance.
And for the Warriors, I think one of the stories of the game is the fact that every time they've had a batter get on today, it's been with 2 outs, unless I'm missing something. But Walhoff walked in the first with 2 down. Scheidemann walked in the second. That 2-out home run in the third, and then 2 batters got on in the 5th for the Warriors, but all with 2 outs.
And that's just a testament to coming after the early batters in the order as well, because you knock them down, and it just takes away a lot of your options on the offensive side. Instead of trying to get some balls on the ground and advance runners, instead of trying to sacrifice bunt, instead of trying to send the ball to the outfield that you don't worry if it gets caught, you're just in trouble.
Walhoff has not put a ball in play today. She walked in the first, struck out in the third, and just struck out there for first out of the 6th and the 11th strikeout for Peyton Driscoll. This brings up Ella John, who similarly has been a 2-strikeout victim to Driscoll. She takes a look at a pitch upstairs, and it looks like Assumption now on top 10-2. in the 6th. Swing and a miss.
Just so tough to get comfortable right now if you're a Warrior batter.
And that has little to do with the heat, although that doesn't help either. 1-2 the count, one down in the inning, and Driscoll trying to go back-to-back Ks. This one is fouled, staying alive. Ella John, who rips one over the first base dugout.
Safe for that home run. That's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen today.
Yeah. Hit right back to the pitcher. She knocks it down and takes no time, fires over to first.
Again, nice job there, Driscoll, not panicking. It
Yep.
comes back to her really quick. You know, even though she knocked it down, you know, you have a tendency to maybe panic just a little bit as you see John running down to first, but just a quick flash of the glove and a flip of the wrist, and before you know it, they get the second out.
So basically, the pitcher Driscoll, the catcher Thurm, the shortstop Rich, and the first baseman Ridgway are the only players defensively who factored in for outs for Williamsburg. That just goes to show you how difficult it's been for Sioux Center to spread the ball all over the park.
Yeah, they've been very, very consistent about where those balls are going, and obviously, you know, not as many strikeouts here recently from Peyton Driscoll as she got 7 right away in the first 3 innings. Sprinkled them a little bit more.
Popped up, and underneath it is Rich, the shortstop. No problem, and it's 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the 6th. We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th. 5-1, Williamsburg leads. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
We are so much more of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy.
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Bottom of the 6th with Riley Metz, Bailey Von Ozen, and Peyton Driscoll due up for the Raiders. Williamsburg on top by 4. And with the way Driscoll's been pitching, you'd think that that would be enough to coast by, but trust me, the Raiders are trying to see if they can't manufacture some insurance here.
Yeah, like you said, that it feels like a lot to overcome. The best description is scattered, those 3 hits that have come throughout the course of the morning, I guess now into the afternoon.
And it's the exact opposite for Williamsburg, as they have 8 hits, but they've all come in clumps. This is a slow roller to the shortstop. Bleeker fires over in time, and Metz goes down 6-3.
Yeah, that was, you mentioned that slow hop. It took a little while as we got a errant napkin or something flying around the field. I'm not sure if they're going to try to take that off or not. Drew the umpire's attention early. No, they're going to let it go out in right field. Never know what may happen up here.
I remember we needed to stop last year because we had an umbrella that had Mary Poppins its way across the field. This is a low pitch and will be ball 1. For Williamsburg, the difference between a 4-run lead and a 5-run lead might not be that much as far as that extra run. I think the damage it would do right now would be emotional. Thinking to yourself, if you're Sioux Center, okay, we've got an inning, we've got 3 outs, the table is set, we can do this, and then to make it any more difficult, I think would be just a punch in the gut right now.
especially on a day like this. No errors for either team. Just very, very strong defensive ball. Can we backtrack here? Did you used to use Mary Poppins as a verb?
Absolutely.
I thought so. Okay, I was pretty sure that's what I caught, but sometimes I space off. I can say that's the first time I've heard that.
Stick around. It's the first time I've said it. Stick around. You never know what's coming out of my mouth. A inside swing, but will it find a gap? It does. Having to go over her shoulder was Bleecker. Belle Harris ran in, and Annika John couldn't locate it either. That's what I like to call a Bermuda Triangle hit. It wasn't a ball that was necessarily hit well, but it just finds the absolute right location.
And full extension out there, trying to get to it, but like you said, it's a seeing eye single. It just finds that little gap.
Showing bunt, they will have a stolen base attempt. So it's a called strike, but Van Ozen wastes no time getting into scoring position, and maybe more importantly, preventing herself from being forced to run as soon as that ball hits the ground.
Well, and I thought the throw was going to be in time, but a great slide by Van Ozen to almost have to come back to the plate.
Outside and doing her best to frame it was Taya Gasek, but Gasek can't quite show that much mastery as it's a 1-1 count.
Driscoll with a chance to add, like you said, that insurance right now with Van Ossen at second.
And Driscoll chops one, but it's foul. And the third baseman just wanted to be safe. It's the right idea because, honestly, she's like, I don't have time to sit here and have a conversation and make sure that I heard that correctly. Best to play it safe and throw it over to first.
And it was close enough right there, just outside the line.
Driscoll already has a run knocked in as an opportunity to make it 2 here. Lays off that pitch, and you could tell she wanted to pull the trigger.
That's a very tough pitch to lay off of when you've got 2 strikes on you.
Two and two the count, 1 down. The runner at second is Van Ozen. Hit to the shortstop, and Van Ozen has to wait and gets tagged out.
It's that pump fake. It's great. You know, you want to get to third if you possibly can, and you're thinking about heading there, but that little pump fake just enough. Heads-up play over there by Willow Bleecker.
And we take a look at the
perfect. Yep.
The replay there, and that is simply one where Van Ozen did hesitate. She didn't run the whole way through, but as soon as Bleecker sold that she was going to first, then as soon as Van Ozen takes a step forward, now all of a sudden it's not a situation where she goes, I just need to win a race back to second. It becomes, I need to stop and go in the opposite direction.
Got a pinch hitter here, Taylor Pitlick, into the game to hit.
So Driscoll at first on the fielder's choice. Pitlick takes a look at an outside pitch. Pitlick, a freshman, batting .312 on the year, and is a first baseman. Rocking is Schmalbeck. Slow roller to second, but that'll be flipped over from Macy Schmalbeck to Harskamp, and that will end the half inning. Coming back in the bottom of the sixth, a 5-1 lead for Williamsburg. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
With you live on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Bottom of the 6th inning, and we do have a final for you over on the other matchup in Class 3A right now in the Kruger Seeds field. And Andy, that was a 12-2 Davenport Assumption.
Yep, 6-inning win for Davenport Assumption.
So Davenport Assumption will move on tomorrow to take back on that field, the Kruger Seeds field, Field 1. Take on the winner of this game. Will it be Williamsburg? Will it be Sioux Center? Sioux Center is going to come back in this one. They're going to need a big rally here as Peyton Driscoll goes inside, and that one did not come far from hitting Harskamp, the first baseman.
Yeah, it's almost right now. You can lean into that a little bit and get a base runner. Suddenly that means you've got the tying run will come to the plate at some point in the inning.
And obviously, anytime the girls have an opportunity, they love a Kruger Seed extra base hit. However, at this juncture of the game, getting on base is just as big by a pitch, is almost as big as a double, a triple, or a home run. Really, the only difference is you hit an extra base hit. Okay, now I'm safer as far as it's going to be harder for me to get. But right now, the name of the game is get on base, pass the baton to the girl behind you in the order, and just keep the game going.
Yep, extend it as much as you possibly can.
And a strike called at the knees, 2-2 the count.
Good location once again, man. Peyton Driscoll, just so impressed watching this junior throw the ball today.
Called strike 3 on the edge. And that is an even dozen for. So this will bring up Margot Scheidemann.
So she goes fastball on the outside corner, then comes back with a changeup on the inside corner. And just continues to keep hitters off balance all morning long.
Driscoll quickly ahead in the count, 0-2 as Scheidemann fouls that back. And Belle Harris is in the on-deck circle. Annika John due up next after Harris if the Warriors can keep this game going. Strike 3 as Scheidemann can't catch up with this. This is going to be one of those things that only I find interesting. But Peyton Driscoll is 14 for 14 in registering outs on the first 2 batters of the inning. You can't get anything going when every time you find yourselves with 2 out, nobody on.
They've absolutely played every inning, yes, with 2 outs, and that makes it very, very difficult, like you said, to muster anything. It takes so many offensive plays out of the equation. You put no stress on the defense whatsoever, but
you can't ever sack fly. You can't ever sack bunt. The only way they were able to get a run was, well, Schmalbeck said, I can go yard on 2 outs. And there
yes,
is 2 strikes to Belle Harris. A baker's dozen for Driscoll, and she's looking to put an exclamation on the game. Harris, swing and a miss, strike 3. And how fitting is that? Peyton Driscoll strikes out the side in the 7th, and I don't think that this is going to come as a surprise to anybody. She is going to end up being our Casey's player of the game. And let's take a look at the damage she did. Just mentioned 14 strikeouts in the game, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 4 stranded on base. She did have a couple of walks, but the hits were scattered. The home run by Schmalbeck in the 3rd, and then a couple of back-to-back hits that got probably about a combined 6 feet from the plate, not even that, and otherwise no blemishes on her record, and she's a big reason that Williamsburg is moving on to the semifinals.
Well, they'll have a tough test tomorrow, right, against Davenport
Yes.
Assumption that they'll play in that one. Of course, a great season there for Sioux Center, and they just went up against a buzzsaw today, and Peyton Driscoll just made things look very, very tough to try to get any sort of even contact off her. There weren't even many balls fouled off. She comes, I would guess, at low 60s fastball, but just constant movement. Nothing was ever coming straight. I said after one of the first couple batters, I remember saying, you just can't trust where that pitch is coming because it's not going to stay in that spot. And then just when you expect it to stay in that spot, it comes through with a fastball right down the middle that you're just so far behind because you're guessing.
Fans, Casey's General Stores is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game, Peyton Driscoll. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. And for what it's worth, Driscoll also had an RBI single back in the fourth. So getting it done on both sides, and she is somebody to look out for if you're Davenport Assumption. One of the things, though, you've got to be happy with if you're Williamsburg is that depth. It wasn't like one or two players in the lineup killed them. They were getting hits all over the place. They end up with 5 runs on 9 hits and stranding 4. And how about that ratio? You get 5 runs when you have 9 hits, and you ended up scoring more people than you left on base. That's impressive, and that is going to be a feather in the cap for Williamsburg as they move on. Again, they will play tomorrow at 5 o'clock against the number 2 seed, Davenport Assumption. We want to thank everybody for tuning in again. My name is Eric Zamora. Andy Pollock, my color commentator today. Randy Nielsen, our director, and Jose Guzman, our camera operator. That's going to do it for this broadcast, and we thank you for tuning in one final time in Class 3A quarterfinal action. It was the 3 seed Williamsburg knocking off the 6 seed Sioux Center by a final score of 5-1. Thanks for watching this broadcast of the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.